Why the fuck can't we all just get along? Because you fucking knew I wanted that last slice of cake and you ate it anyways. The cake is a lie though. Now the cake is smeared all over your face. SMH. I wish I had cake smeared all over my face. Hehe. Humans are tribalistic by nature. The rise of social media kinda magnified the issue. To add to your point, it isn't just based on race, but the idea of the other. Could be nationality, religion, creed, etc. It is one of our evolutionary survival techniques to be suspicious of someone from outside our tribe. Then you just blame them for all your woes and voila. They are suddenly less than human. Edit. Spelling. If everybody looked and acted exactly the same, we'd still find things to be tribalistic about. It's human nature. I think that's kind of the point. The tribalism can be based on literally anything. We are hardwired to look for reasons to be tribalistic. A good metaphor to this was the Fairly Odd Parents, when Timmy wished everyone to be the same. They still found a way to have a scale of who's better in that wish/world. We can and we do. For the most part. Don't let the internet make you think it's all burning down. Go out and talk with your neighbors. It's all good. Edit. I love that this is my new top comment. This. Turn off the news. Most people are good people. We only hear about the bad ones. Are there any websites that shows good news? There aren't a lot, if any. News organizations need to pay people/bills to keep running. Posting good news might get you a few clicks for ad revenue. But the real money makers are the inflammatory or bad news pieces. People are addicted to negativity for a variety of reasons. For some, it confirms their beliefs that the world is going to shit. For others, it lets them feel superior, because at least I'm better off than those fuckers. Negativity is a major moneymaker and it affects how people think and act. It's a feedback loop that just keeps making itself worse with no end in sight at the moment. I don't know how we can break out of the cycle of negativity. We'd need a media that doesn't rely on clicks/views to make money. But I don't know an easy way to do that. You don't want to have media be government funded. You want your media to be independent. Private sector, which leaves either charity, lol, or subscriptions. But why would anyone pay a subscription when they can get news for free is a rough cycle. Thank you for that answer. What you wrote is very true. https://imga.com/lkicker jpg. This is why I sometimes hate Reddit. Feels like everyone is so hostile and trying so hard to misinterpret what you're saying so they can argue with you. What the fuck? Did you just call me stupid? Well yeah. Up yours too. Don't talk about my mother that way. The need for dominance, control, and to vent aggression often get in the way of peaceful coexistence. And then the Fire Nation attacked. Only the Avatar, master of all four elements, could stop them. I think it stems from the fact that every person thinks they are superior to others. This in turn leads to them believing their opinions and interests are of greater importance than of others. Then, being social animals, these people tend to search for people having the same ideology and beliefs as their own. They tend to form larger groups to try and press others to believe their ideals. When others oppose, they are subjected to discrimination or abuse. The oppressed form a group amongst themselves and try to voice their opinions. This cycle keeps on continuing. Then to add fuel to fire, come people who support neither, but try to make personal gains of these tensions. Also, not to mention contrarians, people who have no staunch beliefs or opinions of their own, but they will anyways oppose the larger crowd, just because they satisfy their ego from being rebels. Yep, most people are selfish and tribal, especially when faced with an unknown situation. I believe it's all based on subconscious insecurities. Humans existed for hundreds of thousands of years before they even started talking to each other. During this time it was very easy for you to die if you weren't part of a group, or if you were attacked by another group for your resources, so they could continue to survive. Therefore our minds learned that different humans are bad and they want what we have. This is kinda still in the back of our minds today. Living that way for hundreds of thousands of years would do that to us. Only 12,000 years ago was when humans started farming and we realized that we didn't need to worry about surviving day to day because we could stockpile our resources. However, that didn't stop invasions and attacks from neighboring tribes as agriculture resulted in population boom and more food than ever was needed. So we clearly carried on psychological beliefs and behaviors from previous humans. So I see the problem today as a lot of those subconscious beliefs still existing today, and a lack of mental health awareness and psychological education is why they do. If you raise a kid today to understand mental health and to accept themselves for who they are much more likely to accept others too, my opinion. If you want to look at the happiest societies in the world, for example, most would agree that the Scandinavians have it best with their great social welfare systems and free education. What's different about them? They live very far north, resulting in very few hours of daylight during winter months. This leads to depression, which they have had to learn about and understand, causing them to have much more of an awareness of themselves and therefore others. I believe this is why they are doing so well now. And if every child received a good education in mental health from a young age, it could solve almost all our problems, including why we can't all just get along. Wonderful answer. I firmly believe that the majority of current problems faced by our species could be worked out by improving the ways we raise children. Tribalism, greed, stupidity, take your pick. The Hermetic principle of polarization. Most people are fooled into believing they must be polarized to one side or the other on most issues, which is the basis of the two-party political system, and is how the masses are so easily controlled. Politics in a nutshell. FR. Life is a series of experiences which induce axioms, and when those axioms conflict between individuals, they can't communicate properly, since they don't need, want or accept the same things in life. Nice sentiment. But the world will never run out of evil people. Unfortunately, you are correct. Because we are human. This answer works everywhere else. I think it's in our nature to be competitive. Out of that drive we strive to be better than others, and because of that drive we seek excuses to prove our own worth over others. Some are more expressive of that drive, while others remain more passive of it. To the more expressive and competitive, self-worth is not determined until it is shown to others. The problem is that this gives cause to seek the flaws on others, and many times they are simply irrational and redundant. Racism, sexism, gender discrimination, religious discrimination, and nationality, food preference, and etc. Though I can't justify these actions, I do think they are the result of simple primal urge. However, just like with most primal urges, what results from living in a society is the need to limit, control, and or compromise them for the sake of a better functioning society. But of course, such is not the case with everyone. I'm not posing this as the reason for why we can't get along. It's only an idea that I've put together from simple observation and by comparison of our species to others similar. We already do in a lot of ways, but we have fundamental problems with the way we take in information that prevent us from truly accepting each other. Most of us are far more concerned with being right than learning and communicating. We don't listen to people speak. We listen for them to make a mistake and prove them wrong. We don't do research on a subject. We cherry pick through articles looking for out of context quotes that prove our point. We don't change our minds when we learn new information. We run back to our preferred news sources and our like-minded communities to restore our original views. We get along in the same way two strangers can walk past each other on the street without attacking each other. But we'll never truly get along until we stop believing the assumptions that pop into each other's heads as we go by. Most of us can. Unfortunately, all races/cultures have outliers that are assholes and keep perpetuating the problems. My hope is that we can stop with the race/culture clash stuff and move on to the next phase of our existence. Assholes. Everyone is equally capable of being an asshole. We won't. It'll be Mad Maximum within the next 200 years. Isn't that the one where Maximum had to run away from a bunch of assholes? Yes, the cast was made up of humans. Because Yadam collectivists keep forcing non-voluntary associations on me ass. Just let me live in my cabin in the woods in peace and Kaj. I'd love to live in a cabin in the woods. Just be one with nature. just be one with nature and mosquitoes. Fuck mosquitoes lol. Especially the tiny ones you can't see till they actually land on you. People that unironically say /whoosh. Because people want different things, and not all wants are compatible with each other. Some people just want to watch the world burn. Someone add an ignite. Because people are self-serving assholes. Pride. Superiority complexes. Thank you for posting this. I've basically stopped reading / posting anything on social media over the past few weeks. It seems like an absolute minefield. People are being vilified as racist for not standing up to racism enough, even though they espouse equality, not actually being racist, just not being anti-racist enough. Why the fuck is not enough for someone to just say that they get along with everyone and treat everyone equally? When did that become a bad thing? As Op said, can't we just all get along? Because those other guys who look and act just like us and believe almost the same thing as us are total dicks. Why can't you see that and respect my point of view? You're just like them. I just love watching two extremists fight in a comment section. Both are just as misinformed, irrational and salty as each other.